I have another question, if I may. I've had a lot of experiences in my meditations lately that are pretty extraordinary. And I just would like some further understanding. I've had meditations where when I finished, where I actually have felt myself stop myself on a level because I was afraid. In fact, like my head was opening up. And I had finished a meditation where when I did, everything in my body was just vibrating, and I felt big and huge, although I wasn't, and I knew it. And sometimes I have streams of thought that I wished I had written down because I can't remember, but it was clear as a bell.
Well, what you're talking about here is that in other words, we've been talking about getting into the vortex, and that's really what meditation does for you. In other words, when you meditate, you stop thought, and when you stop thought, you stop resistance, and when you stop resistance, then you raise to the highest vibration. And so these things that you're describing, and a lot of people have a lot of different experiences like that, a huge variety, volumes and volumes and volumes have been written about it. But what it all is the integration of the vibration or the consciousness of that which is you with this greater consciousness, and then your interpretation of it back.
So when I have these streams of thought, I wrote the last one down because I was able to. That is me in the vortex and this collective consciousness united with me, or me united with my collective consciousness, with great clarity about how things are.
Well, you know by the way you feel when that is the case. In other words, when you feel that feeling of elation, and when the resistance falls away, and you have that broader perspective, and a perspective of yourself that is distorted, in other words, you felt big but you know you aren't,
right.
Then yes, what's happening is you are leaving the layers of the resistant onion aside, and you are coming into that higher consciousness. But what you're describing here is not going there and staying there, but moving. It's sort of like moving in and out of dream state, where you almost can't tell if you're dreaming or if you're awake, or
right.
or where you're taking the details of your physical life and you're bringing them into the dream state. And so before you spend too much time trying to write it down, what we're encouraging you to do is just don't try to make anything happen with it. In other words, just relax and let it be. Because you have to understand, you've already put all of the requests in it. And when you stop doing anything that resists that, you'll get in there and it will clear up for you. And what you're describing is an indicator of just trying a little too hard to push it a little further and a little too fast. And so you're sort of blurring the lines just a little bit. Once you get in there, it comes clearly.
Because I feel like there's a big energetic shift, and that things are just going to open up.
Well, that is true, but this big opening happens so gradually that it feels like the next logical step. It doesn't feel, and that feeling of tension that you were describing a little bit is an indication still of some lingering resistance, that once you let go of it, then off you go. And so, and that's why we're not wanting to guide you specifically in this, because we want you to stop trying so hard. In other words, just clear your mind and let yourself go. Clear your mind and let yourself go. And don't try to get too far ahead of it. And once you're in there, it will all clear up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.